Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Front Line with Joe and Joe. Joe Pasillo and Joe Resinello. Let us go into the breach. As usual, Joe Resinello, Newt Gingrich is exactly right. Let's give a listen, and then we'll come back. This will take about a minute.
That it is Barack Obama who corrupts the Justice Department. It is Hillary Clinton who routinely breaks the law and gets away with it. And now we have Joe Biden who's learned. He's learned from Obama that doesn't matter what you do, if you're a liberal Democrat, you will not be prosecuted. He learned from Hillary that a person in high public office can get millions and millions of dollars. And they learned from watching Donald Trump that a true outsider willing to take on the entire system could destroy their entire machine. So what you're seeing across the country is a desperate last-ditch effort by a corrupt machine to destroy their most dangerous opponent in a way which not only breaks the Constitution, destroys the rule of law, and establishes a moment of bitterness, which I think will last for a generation or more. I think this is going to be a horrendous period, and we just need to understand the people who want to control America and dictate to the rest of us will break any law, lie about any topic, and manipulate the system any way they can.
And I think that Newt Gingrich has been watching the Front Line with Joe and Joe. Joe, he's spot on.
Oh, 100%.
They could call it, they could say, well, it's all conspiracy theory. No, it's not. There's a double standard in the law. Okay, there is a two-tier justice system. That's the phrase going around, but it's correct. It's an appropriate description of what's going on. We have a two-tier justice system. And guess what, Joe? Gingrich mentioned bitterness, resentment. I'm bitter. I'm resentful. Donald Trump gets indicted and Hillary Clinton's not wearing an orange jumpsuit. You explain that to me, Joe Resinello.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot to unpack. The system doesn't work for a large majority of the populace anymore. That's undeniable. And here's the interesting thing, and people are starting to wake up to it too. It's not just flyover country, and it's not just Republicans. You see, the Democrats who work have to see this too. They don't, some are, more need to. It doesn't work for you either. They don't represent you unless you're very rich. I listened to an RFK interview recently with Tucker Carlson. What he said was, RFK talking about the Democrats, the top 10 richest counties in America are Democrats.
Right.
Democratic strongholds. It's flipped. It's no longer, they can no longer say, oh, no.
Right, the Republicans are the party of the rich, and we're the party of the working man.
And the Democrats have to get that through their head. They haven't yet. But also what he said is 100% true. A period of bitterness. Joe, people don't believe in the country anymore. You see,
I don't, Joe.
I don't either.
And
I don't either. And here's what people don't get. They justify the treatment of Donald Trump because they don't like him. Don't vote for him then. What's going on?
But that's democracy, Joe, and they don't respect democracy.
They want
They
it's
try to
about
tell us
power.
that they do.
They rationalize it because they want their power. The damage that's being done right now, what he said is 100% right. You have people that don't believe in the system anymore.
Right. Well, did they ever? Well, that's an interesting question to spend the last minute on, Joe. Did the left, I've been saying for years, the left, everything that they do is to thwart the cause. In order for them to achieve their worldview, to impose their worldview on America, you have to wreck the Constitution. The Constitution is there as a check against those who would seek to amass power to themselves. Now, we know Republicans to a degree, or conservatives to a degree, do that. The right does that. Not to the level, because it's an impulse in all human beings. But the left in particular, Joe, they've been going after the Constitution for over 100 years, starting with the founding of the ACLU in the beginning of the 20th century and right up to the present time. Their whole reason for being is the destruction of the Constitution, because the Constitution stands in their way. So trying to wreck it, like when Newt Gingrich says they're trying to wreck the Constitution, or this will wreck the Constitution, right, Newt? By design. Joe, give me the last word.
What I want to do, my mission, one of them in these shows, is to convince working class Democrats what you just said. I've said this before this election. This is not the party of your grandfather that worked on the Union Railroad. Get that through your head. They don't represent you. They don't. They don't have your interests in mind. It's what you said. It's about power. This is about an ideology that's being put forth. It's a global ideology. It's an ideology that helps the establishment. And unless you're in it, i.e., you are very rich, whether you're a Republican working person or a Democratic working person, you're out of luck.
It's like Gordon Gekko said, hey, buddy, if you're not on the inside, you are on the outside. Truer words were never spoken. All right, we got to leave it there. Thanks for joining us at the Frontline with Joe and Joe. Stick around for more great content.